street, if you see somebody being a real jerk on the street, you have no idea who they are. You can't say, "Oh, that guy's going to hell." No, he's having a bad day, right? That's it. He's having a bad day.
What did you say to Bill Murray when you talked to him?
So we're in this really fancy restaurant, and
You met him twice?
I think 4 times.
Then he must
Four
be
different.
special to you. He must be special.
Well,
Maybe he'll make it to heaven. I
I
didn't
would
know.
think,
I don't know if he will or not. I think maybe he'll make it to heaven or something. He must be
John,
special.
everyone gets to go to heaven, really, because that God would not
But
create
would you
us.
put those
God,
electric shocks on me like in Ghostbusters when he said what do you see behind these cards?
now, character. Now, he wasn't. He's acting. That's what acting. You know. Anyway, so yeah, I met him 4 times, and they were each not really. The longest time was the first time when we were having dinner at this fancy restaurant, and I looked over, and he was like, he's like maybe 5 feet from me. He's like the next table, and he's like almost at my shoulder.
Is he tall?
Um, yeah, he's tallish. He's a little. I don't know how tall he is now. That was when he was. I'm 6 foot. He was probably an inch or two taller than. But he was sitting.
Oh.
This was in, when was this? This was in 19 maybe 20. I was in Florida. I was with William. I was 2002.
Oh.
2002.
No.
So
you're like him because you used to live in New York and you went to down south. Well, you lived in.
No,
you live in.
it had nothing to do with geography. It was just that I was in a restaurant. It's a nice restaurant. Everybody's being nice. It was Jimmy not screaming and yelling, but it was a nice restaurant. And we were along the intercoastal, and it was a nice evening, and the lights were on outside, and the boats were going by. And he was with a small party of, I don't know, 4 or 5 people, and I was with a little larger, it's with a group of these business guys and lawyers, and there's maybe 8 of them, 8, maybe 8. We were at a little bigger table. He was kind of off there, and he had a nice little corner, like what he could see out the window better than we could. But
did he have a bodyguard?
No, this was a very nice restaurant that you could not get into unless you had a reservation or it was almost a club, meaning it was a dining place. It wasn't really, it was open to the public.
It was like really expensive, so that kind of made it,
Yes, it was a high-end kind of place. And I was with these guys.
That's how
they had the table all the time. That was their table. And so they remember the what? Where was it?
Was it in South Carolina?
No, Florida.
Oh, Florida. Don't tell where it is so nobody goes to try to see him.
I don't even know. He's not there now. He's not there. I have no idea. I don't even know if that place is still there. Fort Lauderdale has changed so much since 2000. I don't even go to Florida anymore. It's not Florida. It's like I don't go to New York anymore. It's not to New York. Whereas Roanoke, it's really, the last time I was in Roanoke, it's like nothing changed. It was just same. I had a friend of mine. I make these. Go down to Black Dog Salvage and see they still have some of the birdhouses I made.
Maybe. I've been there before.
Yeah.
When I was younger, like 20 years ago or 10 years ago.
Yeah. They've been there almost 30 years. But there's a group
they
of...
have good things.
Yeah.
They are good. I think they're okay.
They're really good artists.
They're okay. I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, everybody works. I worked there. I worked there for a year. Mike put me to work there. Oh. So when I was really sick, before I...
they have a TV show.
Yeah, they don't make it anymore, but it's still on DIJ or DIY or whatever that
Oh no,
station.
no, no,
Yeah, yeah.
no.
So that yes,
It's
so
good.
yeah,
It's a good TV show.
yeah. I
Maybe
was
they have
there.
a big YouTube channel.
Yep, yep.
I hope
They
they're
have all.
okay. Even besides all that, I hope they're okay. You're
Oh yeah,
friends with them.
yeah. I talked to Mike just the other day. So yeah, but I make birdhouses with
Oh
these
no.
guys who
Yeah, no.
like vets and don't have anything to do. And so me and three other guys who we make birdhouses, we got them. So we manufacture birdhouses, and we manufacture quite a few. We manufacture like 700-800 a month, and it's not like everyone shows up to work every day. But anyway, so we took a truckload of those to Mike. He sold them at Black Dog Salvage. And like I said, I talked to him the other day. He said, "Oh yeah, we have, but I gave him maybe 300, not gave, but sold him 300, and he said he had 20 or 30 left." So anyway, that is the message from Mike at Black Dog Salvage. But if you went there and said, "Where are the birdhouses?" You'd see the kind of thing I make. So anyway, yeah, they're doing okay. They got their niche. They have a performance space there. They have a restaurant. They have a Airbnb. They got everything covered.
What about? Oh, that's good. You're friends with him.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
what about Bill Murray? What did you say to him? What did he say to you? Oh wait.
Oh, like I said, oh, I said, look, I said to the lawyer guy, I said, look, it's Scrooge. And he turned to look at me and he goes, "You're that guy in the movie theater." And I am. I'm the guy who always talks in the movie theater. And in the end of Scrooge, he's like talking to the audience. And he goes, you and the never shut up during the whole movie. And that was me. When I saw that movie with my girlfriend, I just kept talking to her and the other people we were with. And I was up until when that movie, we were at that movie, and he said that, and they all looked at me and laughed. And when we went out to dinner after that movie, we just talked about it. And that was like, 20 years before I met him in Florida. I said, "Look, it's Scrooge." And he looked at me and he said, "You're that guy who always talks in the movie theater," just like he said in the movie. And I said, "Yeah, that actually is me. That when I was in the movie, saw that was me. I was that guy." And he was laughing really hard. And so everyone kind of juggled their seats around. And so no longer we were two separate tables. We were talking about different stuff. And so we did. So we talked and talked and talked and had a nice dinner. We had finished eating our main courses and we were having dessert and fruits and liqueurs and that kind of stuff. And so, we talked for about 30, 40 minutes. He said, "Well, we got to go. We got something to do." And they did. And we left probably 20 minutes later. I saw him again at an airport. And he was waiting to get something, to meet somebody. He was with a bunch of people, and obviously he wasn't getting on the airplane. So anyway, I'm going down the area, and our eye match, and I said, "Bill, how you doing, buddy?" And he goes, "Oh, you're the guy who talks in the movie theater." I said, "Yep, that's me." And we had some niceties, and I had to get on an airplane. And when's the next time I saw him? I saw him, I think it might have been back in Florida. I saw him. And I can't remember because it was just something really fleeting. Wasn't it an airport?
No.
Some kind of parking lot, like in a shopping center of some sort. And he was, leaving the shopping center, and I was going. Said, "Hey, Bill," and he said, "Oh, it's the guy from the movie. It's the Tucker." Because he never got me. He didn't remember my name, but he knew I was the guy who always talked in the movie theater, right? So those are any other. No, that was about it. Those were 3 times. So that's as much as I personally know Bill Murray, but I've seen most of his films. And they are quite different. I mean, he's done serious films. He's done numerous films, you know. So, and I really love. I mean, there isn't a single film he has. Oh, I remember. I remembered fourth time. I was with a friend of mine who really, really, really loves Bill Murray. Like, just lives for Bill Murray. And it was at one of those hot cafe gambling casino things. And Bill Murray was going to be there to talk about his movies. And we couldn't get in to see that because we didn't get, my friend didn't get the tickets. We didn't quite get there in time. He was driving, but we were there. And he said, well, we'll just hang out and maybe we'll meet Bill Murray. And I didn't tell him that I kind of knew Bill Murray, right? I just let him, whenever he talks about Bill Murray, I let him go on and on. And anyway, so we're in this place. And I have to the bathroom. So I go to where the elevators are, where the bathroom was, and I go there, and there's Bill Murray waiting for the elevator. I said, Bill. He turns around and goes,
Whoa.
Guy. He didn't say, you're the guy who talks in movie theater. He goes, he just said, Guy. I said, buddy, listen, what are you doing right now? He goes, really?
Because you were big in the New York art scene. You knew all those artists in the New York art scene.
Yes, I was, but had nothing to do with that.
He was. Maybe because you knew him.
I just
Bill
kept
Murray.
bumping. But I said, Bill, I have a friend who lives and breathes you. He goes, one of those. Yes, but you'd make his life if you would go say, have a drink with him. And so he did.
Yeah.
Since I'm just going to go upstairs, take a shower, sleep. Sure. The bar, and my friend is waiting, and there we walk in. I said, look who I met, Craig, Bill Murray. And when I walked in there, I said, Bill, I'm going to put my arm around your neck like we're best of buds. And he put his arm around my neck. We are best of buds. So he walked in laughing, and I said, Craig, look what I got. And he goes, oh my God, it's Bill Murray. Said, yeah. Get that knees and genuflect. And he did. He kissed his shoes. Bill looked at me and goes, what? It's this guy. I told you, this guy lives and breathes. And so he hung out for about half an hour. Said, I gotta go. And he goes, until the last time. When was that? That was maybe that was 7 years ago. Last time. And so that's how I know. That's how I know Bill Murray. I just kept bumping into him.
And did you meet his friend John Belushi?
Now, there's the guy I did know. That John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, because they were in my neighborhood in Tribeca.
Whoa.
They were.
Oh, yeah.
And
one of my films played at a film festival in Tribeca, but it wasn't the Tribeca Film Festival. It was another film festival in Tribeca.
There are a lot of them.
But
this is when
I went to it and I screened my film.
Yeah, that's when Hotel Bar everything. So yes, so that was So I knew those guys. So I would see them all. I had a building right on Duane Park, and they had one a little further down, and my building was called Mohawk Electric. It was a Tesla's laboratory back in the 1880s. Anyway, I was living there, and there was a loading platform, and that was like my patio. And I had furniture on it, and they would, I'd wave, and I remember Aykroyd came over because, I see you all the time.
Wow.
Everyone sees you, and what's going on? I said, well, I'm the dude. I've been in this neighborhood before it was Tribeca. Actually, I named it Tribeca with a bunch of people way back when in the art scene, and now it's turning something different. But I, still have this place. And anyway, Dan Aykroyd is a very interesting guy. Really, really, really smart. Really smart. And he really is all about. He's all about. When I told him that this was Tesla's laboratory, and I brought him in there, and there's part that's still, I don't know what it is now, but it was still kind of like Tesla's laboratory, it was mine, and I had all kinds of gizmos in there. Anyway, so I got to know Dan Aykroyd really well, and through him, I got to know John Belushi, and we had a thing on Thomas Street. It was an old speakeasy, right? Back way into a speakeasy. And we had a kind of little nightclub. And when we broke into that building, there was a ton of raccoons in it. We had to get the raccoons out. And so we called it the Raccoon Lounge or Lodge. I'm not quite sure which it is. And so I Aykroyd, and one time I said, Dan, why don't you bring you and John? I hear you guys sing it all the time. Why don't you come over and look at this place we got? No. So they did when we had an evening, and they basically, if you were to get on your phone right now or on your laptop and say Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, Tribeca, 70s Raccoon Lounge. So why don't you do that? You can do that, right? You can go online right now.
I'm afraid to.
Why are you afraid?
I looked up in the Bible that says that God, well, it doesn't say anything. God said in some versions of the Bible that it's wrong to create an image in the likeness of anything in the heavens or on earth.
That's one of the 10 Commandments, and it said to have no false gods.
Yeah, that's what many of the versions say. No
but
false
the image
gods.
Thing, right. And then the image thing is basically back in Greek, right?
But some of it says no image. Some versions of the Bible says no image. So I don't know if I'm going to keep showing images. So I may change my career job from videos. I may change my job from videos to music or something else if I have to do music. If I have to pay my bills at something else, maybe homes. But I also started looking up other people's careers, and the only one that I found that's really righteous so far is music, because when we're all changed on Judgment Day, I think it's on Judgment Day when we're all changed, a trumpet will sound. A trumpet will sound. And that's literally a musical instrument. And also, there's all this other scripture I found that says that playing music is godly and good, or it's a good way to make money. And some of it says that some of them are poor, but some of them make good money at it. And I think it's a better, more godly career than videos and films. But I don't know, because I was really good at film editing and still am really good at film editing. I met my wife in the editing room of editing.
Can I just break in here and tell you what you're reading is a Greek. See, back in the day when Jesus was walking around, no one was speaking Hebrew; they were speaking Greek.
I'm sorry. When Jesus was walking around, they were speaking Greek.
So they were speaking Greek. So yes, they were speaking Greek. So, and other things, but it wasn't English and it wasn't Hebrew. So anyway, the bottom line was Jesus basically, there is no gilded image. And see, back in the day,
graven image.
Yes, graven image. And that meant it was graven meant gilded, meaning
grave.
No. Graven meant it was a way that you would.
Somebody died. I cried about him. I cried about him.
No, it's more about a false god, right? And so it's not about because everything's in images, Look at down. Yes. So I just called up to see how you were doing. You seem to be okay.
Down.
Yeah. So You stay well now. Yeah, and don't worry about anyone. No one will care. No one wants. No one really in your neighborhood. No one's planning to do you any harm. You're fine up there. And just talk to Jesus. I mean, I do it 20, 30 times a day, and I let Jesus make up all my decisions. I say, Jesus, I don't have a clue about this. Give me a hand. Here, take the lead. So that's all you got to do. Because Jesus waits by the doorway to lead you into heaven. And there is no big deal about it. You just have to go to Jesus. I mean, humans are venal. They are stupid. They make mistakes all the time. We are not getting all the stupid stuff, right? It is who we serve. And that graven image is when you serve money. When all you're doing is, I got to make more money, 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 money. That's the graven image. That's why Jesus threw the money changers out of the temple. That's the graven image, money. So the thing is, don't worry.
You're right. You're righteous. I don't know, but that's one way. It could be an object of lust. The image could be an object of lust.
Yeah, but it is. It's what I'm saying. That's that. Whenever your heart turns to wanting this more than having a relationship with God, that's the graven image.
Right? You want to hear something really weird?
Sure, buddy.
No, I don't want to say it.
Okay, don't say it. But all I'm saying is you're really good at being an editor. Teach people how to be an editor. You can make money at it. If you put together a little YouTube video on how to, do editing and do it, go look at other people who have got lots of views, right? And see what they do and make a video about how to edit. But kind of do the things I've kind of looked at certain things, and if you use certain words and you do certain things, the algorithm picks up on it. Me, I just do my own thing and I don't care because I'm doing what I'm doing for Jesus Christ, and so it doesn't matter how many people watch it or if I even make money at it because I don't have to worry about money.
Ow.
I really. Yes.
Can I give you $40 if I can use a recording of this sound in a video about Bill Murray? You and Bill, how you met Bill Murray? I'll give you $40 on PayPal.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Because I need to figure out and see if my PayPal still works. So send me $40
okay.
on
PayPal.
PayPal.
I don't have much these days. Oh, maybe I have a bunch. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so bottom line is, to send it at the dudewake42@gmail, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just throw whatever you want, just so I can see if it shows that someone put money in it. And then I can figure out if I can transfer it to my bank. Okay. Okay, handsome. You stay well.
Praise Jesus. No. Okay, bye.